Mic check, mic check. About to get this party started. I'd like to thank everyone for being patient. We usually they are a little bit earlier. Here we go. Here we go.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's
Can
tongue,
you guys hear the music?
endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is and the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we've both been burned on the same stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames, but they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says, bitch, I might be. Says, nuck if you buck, then says, wipe me down. Kettle says, yes, my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and Kettle says, hell yes. But don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
On the ones and twos for you, this is DJ Torch coming straight at you right here at DJ Torch and Friends Live Network. In the house is Benji Matsu. In the house, Quita Ward. In the house, you can't get laid. You in the house, Melanated Vessel. In the house, Char Willie. In the house, Creative Solutions. Let's keep this party going. We're warming up for the main act. Here we go. Another one and another one. Another new gym. Another new talented person in the women's empowerment movement. Check her out right now.
The narcissist does not need you. They don't. They need supply. Now, a lot of people are out here talking about how the narcissist needs you and how you're a great supply and X, Y, and Z. And I understand why they say this. They say this because it makes the target, the survivor, feel special and makes them feel significant, and it helps to boost their self-esteem. But using this to make you feel significant is out of alignment with reality and counterproductive because it fuels a delusion and keeps you from seeing the reality of the situation, and in turn keeps you vulnerable. So listen up, ladies. The reality is they don't need you. They need supply. They're like drug addicts, and you saying they need you specifically is like saying they need that one specific bag of cocaine. But the trouble is cocaine, and this is why they can replace you like that. Not because you're worthless, not because you're insignificant, but because they don't even see you as a separate individual being. They don't even see you. You are supply. You are their cocaine. And any cocaine is cocaine. You cannot be significant in that situation. There's just no way. Now, can you be a good brand of cocaine? Yeah, for sure. But you're not the only good brand out there. And cocaine is cocaine. Are you a significant person of value? Of course you are. I'm not saying that you're insignificant. What I'm saying is when you step into their realm, you don't exist as an individual and you are not special. And just like any addict, this has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them and their mental and wellness, just like any other addict. And you saying that you're special to them in some way is just you feeding a delusion. He doesn't see you, sis. And I know that tells you up inside. I know you gave way too much and received way too little, and it breaks your heart. I get it. But if you ever want to feel valued and loved and special, you got to step into reality. You got to take that L, heal, and move forward. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you found that helpful. Let me know your thoughts about what I've said here in the comment section, and let's keep this conversation going. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit that bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Thank you in advance. And until the next time, live boldly, live empowered, live from the inside.
All right, that is from the Toxic Recovery Hub. She's excellent. If you need some advice, some information, please check out her channel. Doggone it. Don't waste your time. Go to the channel. In the house. Kittens in caskets. Mo is in the house. Let's keep it going, people. We got a long show to go. Here we go.
Okay, so I was tagged in this post and I didn't get a chance to get to it till just now. But studies reveal women are actually happier being single than men. Now, for full disclosure, I am a married woman. I will hit almost 10 years with my husband this year. So I am just reporting the news. All right, so This is the tagline: women are happier being single than men are because being in a relationship is harder work for women, new research suggests. Now to that I say, duh. Women have been telling everybody that they do not want to get back into a relationship after getting divorced or becoming widowed. So obviously, women are choosing to stay single after being coupled up. Okay, according to the study by Data Analysis Mental, 61% of single women are happy being single versus 49% of single men. The survey also found that 75% of single women have not actively looked for a relationship in the last year, compared to 65% of men. Here are a couple of bullet points. Women have to work harder in heterosexual relationships, so they are happier being single than men are. The study showed that women tend to be better at having alternative social networks, so men don't tend to have as many friendships. The concept of Spencer's is on its way out as a society, as society realizes that a lot of single women are happy being single. I wish people would have been listening to women. Women have been saying this. Now, let me tell you who is mad about this. A woman on Facebook shared this post, and I want to show you guys some of the comments. Christopher says, here's why. Women are genuinely more self-centered than men. Everything since child for little girls has been all about them. As men, we are automatically taught to care more and are more disciplined. So with that being said, women are okay being single because they are all about themselves for the most part. I don't know what woman he has ever talked to or dealt with, but this ain't life. Brandon said, y'all believe anything on the internet. And then Trey says, this is a bold-faced lie written by a feminist website. Do not believe this BS.
Miss RV in the house.
Who gives a F? I mean, really, who gives a F? Bob, how can someone even determine that? And then Marcus says, not according to my timeline, but carry on. I do like that he thinks that his timeline is reflective of women. So yeah, anyways. Yeah, the young ones, them old birds over 40 be pressed. They really think that 40 is old and that 40-year-old women are clamoring to give up their peace. Anyways, you guys go ahead, jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, share.
All right, everybody. That was BurBNBougie. That was BurBNBougie. You need to check her out. In the house. Heathen Queen in the house. Kittens in Caskets in the house. Quita Ward in the house. Miss Not For Everyone in the house. Miss RV in the house. Benji Matsu. Benji with the backpack in the house. Who else? You can't get laid. In the house, Creative Solutions. In the house, Melanated Vessel. All right. So let's keep this show going. Right now, I have a little bit more from Yanie and from Chronicle Speaks, and then we're off to the races. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to skip Yanni's intro. You know Yanni's intro. Here we go. Oh, that's a jam. She got the jam. That's smooth right there. A 90s vibe.
Hi ladies, it's Yanie and I'm back with another video. So I wanted to do an update on this KeeKee Palmer situation. It is apparent that KeeKee Palmer and Darius have unfollowed each other on social media, and Darius has also deleted his Twitter. Y'all done ran this man off Twitter. But one thing that I want to add to this conversation that's floating around all over social media is that modern men love to bring in traditionalism. They love to pull the traditional card when it benefits them, but when it does not benefit them, they are oblivious to what traditional roles actually look like and how traditional roles are modeled. And Darius has not shown any of us that he is fulfilling those traditional roles according to the values that he wanted to express behind this Usher video.
This is what I've been warning about, where men want to overturn traditional values for themselves, but maintain them for women. You are broke and leech off of your girlfriend's fame and money. You have not contributed anything to society. And yet you have the audacity to tell her what she can wear and what she can't post on the internet. And you have the audacity to claim that you're a conservative traditional male. You are none of those things. You haven't even married her yet.
And this is why a lot of people didn't really understand where he was coming from, because it's like, this isn't your wife. He took to Twitter and he wrote, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is
Let me stop this right here. I had been in entertainment for a very long time. Okay. Men and women get paid to show booty cheeks. Okay. Think about it. Think about it back in the day when Denzel Washington was around and Morris Chestnut and everything. They might have been in relationships or even married, but they were still showing butt cheeks. So the funny thing is this modern women thing, which, believe it or not, the passport bros seem to be obsessed with, is really amazing, because it can't be that. And that's why I go over there, because I'm so puzzled on a mentality of a man that lives a very modern life, okay, to say the least, but is saying he demands to have a traditional woman. That is just, you have to understand, just by not even defending women or defending men, how about defending logic? That just doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't understand it. Hopefully I'll be able to break it down soon for everyone. I still got much more research to do in all these red pill channels. I go over there, I check them out. I might even get on their panels and see what's up with them, because I need to bring that information back here to us so we can find out what we're dealing with, if you know what I mean. Here we go, folks.
Family and my representation, I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Another reason why people were confused
Wait. Let me.
I rest my case. Another reason why people, I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case.
Okay, so the standards and morals is to make a woman pregnant without marrying her first. Let's sit on just that by itself. Okay, he didn't have to make her pregnant. He could have been the leader and not made her pregnant. And he didn't. He had full control. Everything that she needed to make a baby came out of him. Of course, he had to fertilize the eggs, but you get my point. If he would have just been safe, did something, or responsible, he wouldn't be in this predicament himself. And the first thing, that's the funny thing is that where was his, let me go back to it. I need to spin it again.
Much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe.
Okay, where was his standards and morals when he was showing her booty cheeks on video? Where was his standards and morals when he was showing her booty cheeks on video and said, "Well, nah, girl, that ain't me. I ain't gonna do that. Nah, let's chill on that though. But I love you, whatever." Right? In the house, Miss RV in the house. Hey, future me in the house. Rika Regaming in the house. Miss Not For Everyone in the house. You can't get laid. That's the weird thing. See, the problem, one other bad element us brothers have is, for some reason, we got this weird flu called hypocrisy. Okay, you were the one who, one, made her pregnant, two, videoed her booty cheeks, okay, 3, took photos of her half naked, whatever. And before you made her pregnant, you knew what she did and you knew how she was. So where does this leadership thing kick in? Where does it kick in? When and where does the leadership stuff kick in? Because if men want to lead, well, I already counted 4 points that four lead points that he missed. 4 lead points that he missed. So no. Betterment in the house. Betterment had an excellent live yesterday. You got to check it out. It's in the library. Check it out. Check her channel out. And let's keep this going.
I rest my case. Another reason why people were confused is because he would post pictures of KeeKee Palmer like this to her TikTok. He's the one that's holding the camera. And then there was another video where he posted of her shaking, her booty in the camera.
See this work. Y'all see this?
See? He should have sat down. You should have sat down. I mean, you let her. It's funny because don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be that thrilled, if a superstar was up on my woman too. But the same thing is that look what you're doing. You're showcasing her too.
Y'all see this work.
His action.
By the way, just to make it clear, he's the one saying, y'all see this work while she's shaking her butt. The Quinto Fox is in the house. He says this: men or women should say they are okay with being single from ages 18 to 40. They are lying, or they are settling themselves for the developmentally stagnant based off of Erickson's stages of developmental. Okay, I don't know, bro. People live and let live. For some reason, I think people get way too tied up with marriage and way too tied up with always having to have somebody by your side. It's just not possible. It was never possible. When people tried to make that work, everybody was miserable. They don't want to tell you that men were just as miserable as the women. The men just had more of a higher advantage because they could beat their women like a drum, like some of our friends out there. So anyway, LM is in the house. LM, welcome. We're going to keep it going. Here we go.
In so many ways are not aligning with the statement that he made. I think he would have gotten a totally different reaction from the public if his actions aligned with the statement that he made. And it just didn't. A Twitter user wrote, he addressed it on Twitter because his voice don't carry weight like that in the house. That's why he has all the same opinions of the dudes who record YouTube videos in the car. And I would have to agree with this. I think the reason why Darius ran to Twitter is because he does not carry his weight in this relationship. And so he felt like he needed to be validated by the public because speaking to her in private wasn't going to hold any weight because he's not pulling his own weight in his relationship, but he wants to speak on traditionalism and he wants to pull the card of traditionalism while not being a traditional man.
He chose wrong. He chose wrong. I mean, she's the perfect person for somebody else. I guarantee you not. But he chose wrong. What else can you say? I mean, you want to say that about women, right, guys? He obviously chose wrong. Y'all are talking her down, right? Talking smack about her, right? So he chose wrong, right? He's the leader. She didn't force him to freeload off of her. She didn't do that. She didn't force him to freeload off of her. See, the funny thing is that you guys have no problem with a man freeloading off a woman, but when the woman does what she wants to do, knowing that she's the one who's making that money, now you want to control her too. after you're already freeloading off of her. He's already getting a free room and board, more than likely. Well, yeah, I mean, he might make a little money, but you see my point. You see my point. That's why dating down never helps. Her situation is a little different because she's making the kind of money majority of men never will make. So I understand that, but he should have just sat down, chilled, and have a private conversation with her. Hey, can you maybe tone it down a little bit? But again, a lot of people are saying that it has to do more with her hugging up to Usher, which is he's looking quite decent these days, by the way, for being almost 50. So yeah, she's she's cool. She's cool. She's cool with being around Usher, and he knows it. So let's keep it going.
Another Twitter user wrote, "It's interesting watching a man get on social media and opine about morals and tradition after having had premarital sex, getting his girlfriend pregnant, and still not marrying her." Another Twitter user wrote, "KeeKee been getting so much shine and positivity lately too, especially online. So you can just tell by his reaction, it's been eating him up. He was looking for a moment to humble her in this space specifically." Another Twitter user wrote, "That man triggered the F out of me. Mothers are reduced to nothing. Fed this lie they can not do anything after a baby, judged so harshly, made to feel like they can no longer be sexy or have fun or go out or exist as a person. They are routinely denied. It pisses me off."
It's like this. If you have to communicate with somebody that either you have a close business working relationship with, or a collaboration with, or a relationship with, or something, and you have to communicate with them online to try to make a point, then you done fucked up. It's that simple. I mean, that's not how you do it. It's not how you do it. For youngsters maybe, but that's not even cool for youngsters. I mean, I think everybody knows better that shows an infantile form of communication and huge lack of leadership. Let me keep it going.
Final thoughts when it comes to this situation is I simply didn't take what KeeKee Palmer did in this video with Usher seriously at all. I think they both gave fans what they wanted to see. And also KeeKee Palmer was able to admire Usher, probably a man that she was a fan of, like a lot of us. And she was fangirling, but she was also giving her fans and his fans what they wanted to see. They are two entertainers. So me personally, I didn't take this video serious. I don't think what KeeKee had on was the issue. I really think it was the chemistry that was shared between these two in this video, and that triggered his insecurities as a man, and he got flustered and he ran to Twitter for validation. So that's all that I have regarding this video. I would love your thoughts and your opinions regarding this situation. Do you think KeeKee Palmer disrespected her relationship? Do you think she disrespected her man? Comment down below. I would like to hear from you. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified from when I upload, and I'll catch you in my next one.
All right, just in case you didn't know, that was Real Talk with Yanie. Make sure you go through. Make sure you go through and check her out. The link for the stage is down in the chat. I'm going to put it down again just in case, because we're going to get right into this real fast. So, yeah, we're going to do it like that. All right. Betterment, thank you for coming to the stage. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, how are you doing?
Really good. Really good.
That's good. Regarding this story about KeeKee Palmer dressing provocative and the internet going off on the baby daddy, I think what he shouldn't have done is kept this private. He should not be putting this on the internet for everybody to see, because that's how people start to get into your business about what is going on. Like, he shouldn't have known better. If he had an issue, he couldn't have talked to her privately instead of on the internet for everybody to see. So
Yep.
I think what KeeKee was wearing, I find nothing wrong with it. And and the tweet that he posted saying that I don't want the wife or my wife and the mother of my son dressing with her booty cheeks out. Like, dude, like, where did you just post something? Just post a video of her shaking her ass. Like, come on, dude. Like, what's that says about you as a person,
Exactly.
as her,
Exactly.
as
Not
her
only
baby
that, but that's
daddy.
not his wife either.
That's not his wife. And I don't even know why he said that. Like, he didn't marry her after she had his son.
Right.
Like, dudes, don't call her your wife. That's just your baby mama. You have no claims to her in a marriage or nothing.
Exactly.
You live with her. You're living off her money, and I don't get why KeeKee just don't cut him off financially. I would do that. You have a nerve to put our business out there on the internet. I'm going to cut you off financially until your ass humble yourself.
I hear that. Let me read this chat, this message right here. Miss Not For Everyone 01 says, now y'all good and well, well, Usher is well, no, Usher is old. Who else is still crooning at the audience and serenading to them? Yes, that's a good point. KeeKee was trying to be nice and do a fangirl moment. Yep. Yeah, but Miss Not For Everyone, I think you're onto something. I think basically what's going on is that obviously this man's insecurity got the best of him, and
yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, he's got some work to do. I don't know if he can salvage anything with KeeKee. He needs to, because they have a kid. They have a kid together.
But
now.
he's the brother of an actor. I forgot what show he was acting on, but he met KeeKee Palmer at some celebrity party that his brother attended. KeeKee's baby daddy has no celebrity status. I don't even know what he does for a living. Like, what does he do?
True. Creative, you got any thoughts?
Hey everybody. So based on this one, I did a video about this. And I feel like he was insecure, number one. Number two, he wanted to feel like he's in control. So if somebody feels inadequate and they know their partner is shining above them, they kind of feel like they don't measure up. And basically that's how he felt. And my thing is, if he was really confident with himself and he had all this money and stuff, I think he would not really care so much. I think he would be right next to her and smiling and everything. But I don't know. That made him seem like really weak over the internet. I don't think he understands that. And just to be, I don't fully agree that she should be wearing that, but she's an artist. She's in the presence of the media. Like,
Right.
what else do you expect? And she has been dressing like that. She wears whatever she wants to wear. And not only that, she's not even married. So what are you like? You want her to submit to what? You want her to be like docile for who?
Right.
For who? For what? What are you offering for her so that she doesn't have to shine so bright? Like, what are you doing? He has nothing to offer to her. It's like, why she needs to be like that? So I
Right.
feel like, and she's still young. She is still young. She's still in her 20s and she's
Holy
still living
moly.
her
Okay.
life. Yeah, she's like 28. So, and it's a party, so she's going out, yeah, so I didn't see anything wrong with that. And but yeah, let's ask the question, like, would a normal woman who's having a child wear something like that afterwards? Not really. A regular woman would not do that. But if you're an entertainer and you're in the business, you're gonna do something because you need to put on the spotlight. You need to shed some light. You need to, you have to add up until the glamorization, You have
Right.
to play the Hollywood game. So
I hear. I mean, the thing
Yeah.
that bothered me was the fact that it wasn't like she was twerking on stage. He was just hugging up to her and stuff. That was it.
Yeah.
Wasn't
She's
like they were
29.
grinding. It
Yeah.
wasn't like they were, you know, doing a Gemini or something. I mean, not a Gemini, but a Genuine, you know, and you know, don't, you know, and so I'm just kind of shocked. I'm really shocked that he did that. I mean, did he really think he was going to be able to stay around after saying like something like that?
He needs to get his act together. We're like, seriously.
Positivity, welcome to the stage. What are your thoughts?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Sure can. You sound good.
All right, yeah. I just wanted to say, like, I wish KeeKee the best. You know, I'm her age. I'm 10 days older than her. I was born August 16. She was born August 26, 1993. And I always loved her, watched every show she did, movie she did. And I just wish she would have chose better and stopped going out after, you know, trying to help somebody and all that, and stop looking at superficial things, you know. And I'm just like, he's not confident. He's not confident himself. It shouldn't matter what she wears. She deserves to be sexy. You expect her to just stay dressed up as a nun forever? No. She's allowed to show her booty cheeks if she won't. Like, you're not her dad. You're not nobody to her. And if you want her to respect you as a man, you will do what you're supposed to do as a man and get yourself together. So she could feel like, oh, let me respect my man and start dressing appropriately. But he's a nobody. He's living off his brother's coattails of some insecure chicks. What has his brother did ever since Insecure? Nothing.
Very true. Very true. LM breaks it down like this. See how his alphaness went to the door when another man is next to the woman he didn't marry. Yep.
I'm not surprised if he's on that manosphere BS.
It sounds like he's on that mix, you know. Make her a baby mama, right? Yep. Didn't marry her, made her a baby mama, lives in her house. I mean, dude just needed to sit down or find or move out. And I guess he's going to be moving out. So
yeah, like if he feels that insecure of her success of being an actress, maybe I think he should try to get into acting himself. Ask his brother, hey, you know, I need some acting skills. Can you help me out here? I want to be in the entertainment business.
Well, it looks like he's perfectly fine with just really technically he's not. I'm not going to call him Pookie because maybe he has a little money. Who knows? But in the realm of where he's at, in the realm of the people he's around, he is a Pookie. If you just knocked up a superstar, right? You didn't marry her, okay? And you're living at her house.
Mm-hmm. He can't afford to get on to buy that house. He's living off of her.
Yep. Oya says this. KeeKee isn't even his usual phenotype he dates. He impregnated her to continue to have access to her. Yep. I'm telling you, that's what a lot of men do. Okay.
But she can cut him off. She can,
but he still has access to her for at least 18 years. Okay. Her lifestyle and money's, in my opinion. Yep. KeeKee out there looking good. Yep. And has access to men he can't compete with. Straight up. And the funny thing is this, is that you say, well, you know, she's a woman. She doesn't have to worry about child support or whatever like this. Wait just a second. I got to bounce back. I got to mix back. I'm going to do a backspin for a minute. You got to check this out. I'm going to fast forward here.
I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you this. He's known for loving on chicks, getting them pregnant, and then putting himself on child support.
This is Neyo.
Oh yeah, Neyo.
He freeloads. Neyo, one of the top R&B writers of this day. It's a mentality that us black men, we need to get rid of.
Can I
What?
say something?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is another thing that I had to deal with. Some men they don't have anything going for themselves, or they don't feel like they can have anything going for themselves, or they feel, I don't know. But a lot of them get with women who are like of like higher than their level, and they do it as a badge. Like I copped her, I did this. In my lifetime, I was once married, I had a baby, I was with her. It's like
Right. Like,
it's like bragging rights. It's like something that they've been through. Like that's their claim of something, but it's
claim,
nothing to do with them
claim,
themselves.
claim of Pookie fame. Let me read this message from Oya, and then I'm gonna check out what positivity has to say about old Neyo here. KeeKee isn't even usual. Oh wait, I already read this. I'm getting too old. Positivity. Break it down for me. What are your thoughts on this?
It's no surprise. Like, my thing is, I separate the artist from the person that has the talent. So what these celebrities be doing, knocking up people, all this and everything, it's like they want to blame the woman, because I see a lot of, some of the red pill talk on that, and they be talking about, oh, you see what KeeKee did, you see what the women that did it to Neyo and all that, like, they so modern, nobody don't want to be with them and all this. And I'm just like, y'all not really looking at the full picture. Y'all looking at it as, oh, it's always they fault, it's always this, but it's like, y'all don't know how to take no type of accountability. So it's just a bunch of foolery and just stupidness.
I hear you nailed it. You nailed it. In the house, high-powered podcast. Princella, the Queen Maker, is in the house. Prism is in the house. Melanated Vessel is in the house. LM is in the house. The party's just getting started, and the party is popping. Let's play a little bit more of this, and let's just get into the main part of the show. Here we go.
Chick who his ex-wife Crystal claimed was his paramour is currently embroiled in a legal battle with Neyo to take a paternity test for one of their two children, change the last name of the children to Smith, which is Neyo's last name, and arrange custody and child support amounts. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Neyo is wanting her to pay him child support as well? Now, Hetty Murphy literally had two kids on his wife, Crystal, and he's not even with the chick. Now he has to come out of his pockets when he could have just kept his Johnson in his pants. We're going to get into that and so much more. But before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this tea and so much more. Now let's get back into it. Now, Neyo.
All right, that was Chronicle Speaks. Chronicle Speaks. All right, everybody. Time to get the party started. Time to get this party started. Let me tell you something. I don't know why Charleston. Let me just y'all will see. This was not one of his better days. Let's put it that way. He got exposed. Let me just show you. Here we go. Fast forward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen Maker, Princella.
Shit, you good? That's so biology, right? That's all them motherfucking things on the wall. Yeah. That's in our bodies. From the vitamins, the zinc, potassium. That's the biology. Eating right, the proper water, understanding that your body is made up of this much of water. Right. That's biology. That's the gift of life, and that's where most Black women in these environments are failing that, because they don't have the prenatal care, they don't have the biology.
Right. And see, they did, but here's the thing: because we have put the psychological and the sociological program, and we eliminated the foundation of biology, because everybody is trying to talk about psychology and sociology. You want to know how you know that's true? Because you got people out here saying, I feel like I'm a man, Men can have periods. This is the sociological program before the biological program, creating mental disorders in people, right? Because we've eliminated that. Now we're talking about programming in school again. That's the program before the biology, continuing to create these mental disorders because the proper order is biology, psychology.
I'm going to see if I can raise the volume a little bit. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to try to fix the volume on this. Okay, for some reason it's just playing through one speaker, but I'm going to try something real quick. Okay, the video looks good. Okay, mic check 1, 2. Let me try it now. No, that's weird. Let me try another browser. Okay. Oh, why is it only coming through one speaker? Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to try something else. Okay, I'm going to switch up real quick. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that should bring that up.
You have to have organization the higher you go up. So this is why it's more constrained and more disciplined. At the bottom, there's less controls.
Okay, is that better, folks?
More relaxed. And so black folks don't have no real rules. They don't have no real rules.
I can hear it a little bit.
Programs doing things like Universe 25 to the point that the mice forgot how to be mice. So people think it's a matriarchy.
Okay, let me try another video. Hold on.
In the black community, it's not a matriarchy.
Just to test and see if it has something to do with the.
Free flow, uncontrolled, wild animals. That's down there.
Now, I'm not one of the guys of material which depicted a minor or a portion of the minor's body. And then on the 7th of this month, he gets hit with 5 new.
Okay, how's that sound check? How does it that sound check sound? Right
Chart.
now?
We're going to go through these by date. The first one.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, now so.
Yeah, it's good. It's loud on that video. Yeah, maybe just the video is probably just low.
Let's see if I can do something here. Okay. Volume is all the way up. Okay, and that, wait, oh, that might help. Here we go.
We damn near fucking up till we 40. Yeah. When you look at the product.
Okay, for some reason, this video just doesn't have the pump the other ones do.
The more control.
Let's see if we can listen in, though. I think there's enough volume there.
Yeah. At one point, when the government told us how to live, so you understand, ex-KGB de facto, Yuri Bezmenov, he came out in 1984 and told people about ideological subversion. Most people don't understand what ideological subversion is. Ideologies, the ideologies or the philosophies that you all live by that govern your behavior, because thinking makes it so. Thinking precedes action. So whatever you do is based on your core program. So ideological subversion is how to destroy or subvert or take away the ideology. So the first step to ideological subversion is demoralization, destabilization, crisis, and then normalization. Normalization is a process. So what is normal is not natural. So to demoralize somebody, before you demoralize, you got to say what morality is. What is moralization? Moralization is a byproduct of philosophy. Okay, you create a philosophy, or this is how we do things, and then from that philosophy, you create a moral standard, right and wrong, based on the philosophy. The people at the top create that, and then they push it down to the people on the bottom and tell them what to do. This is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. That comes from the top. It don't come from the bottom. So when you subvert and you start this malicious subversion attack.
I'm going to stop her for 1 second. If you notice, it sounds like to me I guess it was supposed to start as a debate. I'm not sure, Princella. Let me know. But it sounds like you were doing more of an education than a debate, in my opinion. What do you? If everybody believes it sounds more like an education than a debate, let me know. Because I mean, he did okay at the beginning, talking about, I guess, his whole thing about, vitamins and help and water and all that kind of stuff. And then he kind of dropped off a little bit. So let me keep this going. But it sounds like to me she's teaching a man who clearly is older than her the whole game about life.
you remove the philosophy that produces the morality, hence demoralization, the removal of morality. You could see this happening in the United States because when I was in 5th grade, I remember them removing prayer out of schools. This is a part of the demoralization process. The
conflict resolution. Kids no longer say I'm sorry. You see a generation of children who have no conscience that governs their emotions to say I don't want to do that, right?
DJ,
what
they're
I mean by
saying
that
to
is
use
they've
the
taken
link.
away our morals.
Yes.
And hip hop have become the ideology form.
Prism, can you put that link in the back?
That's why we support the pimps, the gangsters.
Got
That's
it.
why
You got
when
it.
the killers go to
Boom.
jail.
Got it.
The
Okay.
whole community don't say, well, just let him. He done his time. He done the crime. That's why we say free the killer, even knowing he killed somebody.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
Because we no longer have any morals.
Pause this. All right. Give me 1 second. Hello, Princella. How you doing? Okay, so I'm going to bring it up now.
I'm 46 years old.
Better.
I like to call myself. I'm the product. I'm the product of the single mother, right? Who was a teenage mother, who makes it out of poverty, lands a great job during the 80s when the blue collar workers were booming in America.
Okay, okay. Sound check. Does that sound okay to everybody out there? Is the volume higher?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, yeah, that's all the way up right there. For some reason, this particular recording is a little low, but that's all I got.
I'm first generation. I'm first generation black child who got to go to school with white people after the Civil Rights Act, right? In the 70s, black people really didn't go to school with white people. It was in the 80s where our mothers made it into these affluent middle class communities, looking for a better way outside the ghetto, trying to get a black boys a different life. And I'm a spoiled kid. I'm the kid that was who mother tried to give him everything because for one, she worked a lot. So that's the supplement for her absence. Not as well, most parents want to give their children everything that they didn't have, which ultimately ruins them, right? So I'm the kid who would say no on Tuesday, you're grounded. When I get out of school on Friday, I go home, clean her room. When she come home from General Motors, she see the room clean. She's feeling a little better than she was the other day. Mama, can we? And now it's yeah. So I'm the kid that needed those rules. And it's strange that she said that because I got locked up at 14 years old. And so I seen a lot of psychologists, I seen a lot of psychiatry, a lot of counselors. And so part of my psychological evaluation and diagnosis was I'm the type of person, and most boys are, I have to be placed in an environment that is classified as limited settings, right? Meaning you have to place me in this environment, say, boy, if you go across that thing, I'm gonna whoop your ass. If you do this, we lock you. So you have to let her. So what she was, it sounds crazy, but she's psychologically beating up the world with the truth. And this has never been done before outside of rap music. So I see what the pushback is. She when she was talking, and I'm trying to process what she's saying, and she's hitting the tier points and the pyramids, and I'm thinking, well, that's why the caveman didn't know how to talk to a woman, drag her by her. We was brutes.
This is the thing that's confusing me. Wait, you know something? I'm gonna leave that alone because I think Princella gets into it later on in this video. But it's like, what? I'm just gonna keep it vague because I don't want to ruin the party. But Charleston White, what is it? Did you or did you not do that stuff? I mean, even after the explanation, it was weird. Let me keep it going.
Yeah, because it sounded like he knew what he was doing that was wrong. He know he was doing he know that what he was doing is wrong, but he's still doing it.
Yeah.
He just told us that.
Yeah, I haven't seen, in my opinion, I haven't seen any redeeming value. People make mistakes in life, but I don't see how anything he's doing now is a lot different than what he was doing before. That's my thing.
Boys learn how to treat a woman, the feminine energy. So I'm everything that she described, but I had a mother who tried and thought that she could raise boys on her own till we started getting in trouble as a teenager. Now she want to go try to get the other kind of man, but by this time it's too late. It's too late. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I didn't think it was gonna go like this, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. See, I can already tell that we are cooking up some real goodness tonight. So let's take it over here to Miss Princella. Can you please go ahead and just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're bringing?
All right. Well, I'm Princella. They call me the Queen Maker. Some people call me, a lot of people call me Pastor P, maybe because of the power in my voice, but I'm a woman's advocate and social reformer. And I have a background in cell and molecular biology. I got commissioned as an officer in the Army. I've written 3 books. I was top salesman in the car industry, cell phone industry, direct marketing industry. So I've been out there, and a lot of people look at me and they take me wrong because they try to analyze me and put me in a box up and label me or compare me to social standards. But what they don't realize is I have lived a life on my own, right? I grew up, I was in a abusive home, and I lived in a family where I was the quote unquote black sheep and I was not the favorite. And some of the things that happened, my grandmother used to put me and my brother out on the streets and wouldn't feed us all day while she fed my other cousins. We got treated really bad. And so
Okay, do you see the difference in speech delivery, coherence, and the mastery of the mic? It's like two different worlds. It is, it's two different worlds. When two worlds collide, two different worlds. One person comes off as a professional, the other guy comes off, the guy comes off as very, very, very amateurish, in my opinion.
He should be a drug dealer on the corner. That's how he comes off.
I wouldn't go say all that, but it's just for me, for my thought, my thinking, it's like Princella has a command and charisma. And I'm not going to say that Charleston doesn't, but it's a different kind of like street charisma he has. While it seems like to me, Princella's charisma, while it can be street, it can cross over into any field. She could be an announcer if she wanted to be. She could be what she's doing now, which is a political speaker. She could go places. While Charleston White, he's only going to be in one genre. He can only be in one genre because he doesn't have anything else. There's nothing. He's not an art. He might seem like he's trying to be he's not that articulate of a guy. Let's just put it that way. And I don't blame him, and I'm not talking him down for it, but already you can see the difference in professionalism and delivery of the word. I'm going to keep it going.
Throughout life, I had to figure things out on my own. I was always on my own. So people talk about me, but it's like, okay, well, as a girl jumping from house to house, living on the streets, was I supposed to get it out the mud and depend on myself, or was I supposed to run up to a man and ask him to help me in a situation like that, right? Because see, that's how you get pimped. That's how girls get pimped. That ain't me. So by going through these experiences in life, I gained a knowledge and a wisdom. And so with my background in cell and molecular biology, I learned how to analyze and process information by observation and critical thinking and facts.
It's called qualitative studies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that, so cell and molecular biology did that. Then spending 8 years in the military and going through officer candidate school and ordnance become an ordnance officer, I learned how to lead. So not only do I know how to lead myself, I know how to lead others, but I also know how to see if somebody else is capable of leadership or not. Then with my studies, well, with being a top salesman in the car industry, working around men, that is a male dominated industry. This is about as snakish as you can get if you ain't doing dope and stuff like that. That's about as snakish as you can get. I'm dealing with males. I'm succeeding in this rough, hardcore industry, right? I learned firsthand in the field human behavior and human psychology. And
Quick note. Car sales is rough and cutthroat.
by me being a tomboy and most of my friends being males, I have gathered a wide variety of information that I've been able to piece together to give a whole picture. So not only do I have leadership, science, I have philosophy under my belt, ecology, I have political science, I have sociology, psychology, human behavior. I have all of these subjects under my belt to back up everything that I say. And what I found out is that this world is 180 degrees upside down on its head. And in order for this world to be better, you have to put women back in charge. Because without women knowing better so that they can do better, we will not have a functioning society and we will not have a planet that is viable for us to live as humans. So I'm here to empower the woman, period.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that, Princella. Well, there you have it. I wanted you guys to get to know who these
By the
people-
way, Princella has, I believe it's 2 books now. 2 books. And you need to check them out. You need to just check it out. Because I did take a glance, and I will tell you this, that obviously I'm a man. It's not made, the book's not made for dudes. But what I can say is that I would give it, all the books that are for men that have done well, her book is at the same quality level. In fact, I would say it even outperforms some of those, whatever Umar books or Dr. Blah Blah books. The information she gives you in there is excellent. So you need to check it out. You need to check the book out. At least take a look.
Somebody on your panel yesterday has mentioned the same thing that Princella was saying, that women needs to take charge in order for the Black community to get better. I forgot her name though.
Who was that? Dang it, I remember. Was it Heathen Queen?
Yeah, Heathen Queen.
Okay.
The
thing is this.
Mm-hmm.
It's sorry, ladies, that us men left you in that position that you're even considering that you have to do that, but you have to do that right now. In fact, let me bring this graph up. I'm going to show you what men are focused on the most. When it comes to Black men right here, this is our focus.
That's a shame.
We excel. Right now, we're excelling in hookups.
That's a shame.
This is Black women way down here. Black women. So all that time they're calling Black women, going at Black women saying, hey, you guys are 304s. And so if Black women are 304s, right? And their numbers are way down here, right? What in the hell are we going to call this? Black men. See,
you could call them tricks.
But just think about it. 305s? What? 30? That's not just one more number. That's doubles. So we got to call them 308s. I mean, look, fellas, look how much more energy you are putting into hookups, not relationships, hookups. Black women are way the heck down here. Caucasian women are way the heck out there.
And the reason why that is because Black women, we're more focused on being educated because we have to be educated because we want a different lifestyles for ourselves and for our children. That's why those numbers are saying that we're less promiscuous than the men because their whole focus is on sex right now.
Right. And that's a big problem we do have. Men do have. We do. This is a problem because this is just way too much. We should be up here maybe with especially with the situation we're in right now where Black men, we are really in a building phase where we need to be building ourselves up, getting more educated, getting more professional, getting more businesses, getting more money. We don't have time to do all this shit. We don't. So this is our problem. If really we want to look into our solution, this is our problem right here. That's my opinion. Whatever made us do this, it looks like nearly triple women, Black women, in hookups. Let me get back to Princella because that's a problem right there. That's a problem. Let's see, is this it? That is a big problem. I believe this is it. Let me play it. See if it goes.
So, if when you look at other cultures,
let me pause that one. That might have been the wrong one. Wait. It's this one. There we go. Okay.
All right, now we're going to jump right in. I've been doing a lot of research on both of you guys, and I have some questions prepared. But we're going to free flow because you guys have a lot to offer and a lot of knowledge to offer.
Yeah, she an expert. Yeah, she an expert. Yeah, I got these motherfucking skinny jeans on. They fucking with me with these tight drawers. I'm going back to baggy jeans. I'm sick of this shit. Yeah. Now she an expert though. What she described herself as a person who goes to college, right? The college just gets you the degree, but that's why they want you to do an internship, right? The internship is going to give you the qualitative experiences that matches the quantitative, the data and the knowledge you done got. So when she says I was a tomboy, I was in the military, I was in selling sales and cars. That's probably one of the most dominated male industries out there as a career choice for a woman and to be a top salesman. So she had the barriers, she had the ideology, so she had to fight against everything. So she like a I'm sitting here listening to her. She's like a gay male who was raised around all his aunties and aunts and things and know everything about a woman. So he can go out and be this. So she didn't try to become a man. Yeah, she looked.
Okay, let me pause it. High Power Podcast says this: you can't make sense out of no sense if you're still trying to fit into the dysfunctional lying system. And that is so true. True.
She didn't become a man. She just soaked up all this knowledge and data. She can really teach. So I understand now because I had no knowledge of who she was. What I just seen her on Fresh and Fit, and I said, yeah, that's my partner. Where she had to sucker ass nigga. So this is my first to get to hear what she is and what she's done. So,
so wait a minute. So both people here. This is really a good acknowledgement of an issue. He had a chance to be just as educated as Princella, but he's not.
Because most of these guys are brainwashed by hip hop. They rather be gangsters and drug dealers rather than college graduates. Like that's what most Black males aspire to be.
Right. I mean, to me, it's like this. He doesn't sound like dumb, where Charleston doesn't sound dumb to the point where he couldn't have learned. it just seems like he just chose not to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Priscilla, it sounds like to me she was a person who was fascinated with education, fascinated with learning new things, like a lot of women are. And that's, believe it or not, that's a basic concern for us Black men, that we don't have that same kind of push where we get fascinated in the arts, in the arts, and not hip hop, but in certain in certain educational situations. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is going to be a big problem for men who do not. It's not a problem for Black women at all. Y'all are going to keep doing what you're doing. You're going to keep learning more. You're going to keep getting even more educated, getting more better jobs and everything. The problem that Black men have is, instead of us saying, wow, we need to get our groove on and start our educational groove on, I should say. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying, wow, okay, let's step up too. I mean, the ladies are doing. That's why when that $5 million thing, what was a $50 billion or $5 billion thing came out, where the banks were going to invest in Black women. That's why they were investing in just Black women, because of basically the graph I showed you before. Because of this, they know this is our focus. They know this is a Black man's focus. It's not a race thing or anything. If Black men, if we were tearing it up and inventing shit and trying to start new businesses and making, trying to make money or making money, and then those bean counters are going, you know something, these Black women are only failing because they didn't have enough capital at the beginning to start to get everything they needed. Like if you want to start a restaurant, there's a certain level of capital that you need. Most of us Black people, when we start businesses, we started with a shoestring budget. Meanwhile, the other cultures don't do that. They have capital to start businesses. So that's why Black men, don't be mad because Black women are getting the positive attention from other cultures. It's the other cultures are seeing that Black women have a value, okay? And that Black men, we're too focused on this right here, this graph over here to the left.
And I think that mindset needs to go. It needs to go.
Margaret, did you want to say anything? How about you, Creative? Wait, Margaret. Okay, Margaret's there. Hi, Margaret.
Yeah, how you doing, Torch? You doing okay?
Here we go.
You doing all right?
Bye. Okay. See, the thing is
that the troll? No.
Yeah, that's a troll. Yep. Yep. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this going. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Here we go.
So many things that you've been through, and it's brought you to this place where it seems like of agreeing. So it's going to be really exciting to kind of dive into that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Princella, I want to go into a little bit about your book. You've written some books.
Mm-hmm.
The one that we're going to be talking about today is The Game, 41 Shades of Men. Please check it out if you haven't had a chance to. I want to ask you a little bit of question about something that you mentioned in the book. There's something that you named that's called the push, pull, beg, and plead.
Yes.
So could you please define that, explain it, and tell us how that's counterproductive for women?
Okay. So in order to create a society that functions the way we do, you have to create resistance, right? Because through creating resistance and doing a backflow of energy, you create a whole host of problems that you can be an individual to create a solution for. So so feed people poison, make them sick. Bam, I got the solution, right?
Yep.
Create a whole host of issues by creating a backflow of energy, and then you create a solution to the problem. So how women believe about men is that men are leaders, they're providers and protectors, and that you are special if they give their love to you. So this is the belief, the subconscious belief that's deeply ingrained in women that motivates them, because men can't stop being men. The nature of a
I keep
male,
saying
the
that.
nature of a male, if you know anything about the occult or esoteric information, you have three planes. You have a physical plane, mental plane, and the spiritual plane. And the law of gender, or the principle of gender, is masculine and feminine energy. On the material plane, you have a masculine and feminine counterpart. The male body is the masculine counterpart on a three-dimensional plane. That means, as a masculine vessel, he still operates on the masculine principle. And what is the masculine principle? The masculine principle is a moving energy. It moves, it does. It's not a still energy. So women believe that they can stop men, that they can
Why you
make
always
men,
moving? Why you
yeah,
won't be still?
they think that they can make males be still. So they believe, they try to use quote unquote love as a power tactic to manipulate the male to sit still.
Come in the house. Sit down, boy. Be still. Y'all quit that.
So the beg, plead, push, and pull method is the method that women use to try to convince men to do what she wants him to do. Give her emotions, be monogamous, do all of this, which is totally counterproductive because it'll never work, right? And so in order to fix the problem, you change the flow of the energy and you go with the flow. Women do not want to go with the flow of males because they do not understand the psychology, the nature, or the makeup of a male. And so they cause themselves problems trying to push, pull, beg, and plead for him to emotionally connect to her, for him to be monogamous and all this stuff, which the male is incapable of doing because it goes in direct opposition of his nature.
I'd like to give you a chance to respond to that.
Man, shit. What?
He
Man,
ain't got nothing for it.
No.
We'll listen to it, but we ain't got nothing for it.
No.
Simply
So
put,
TJ, is she saying that men? Well, she said that men are incapable of love, which I 100% believe. But is she saying that men only understand pain and abuse? Because I mean, that's what it's looking like. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but they understand. You have to be stern with them because they are not able to love. So is that like, do you have to like really abuse a man or something?
I hope we. I don't think so. Unless if you want to get hurt,
No,
let's put it this way: there's no absolutes, but numerically and percentage wise, yes. I mean, what Princella just broke down is absolutely 100% true. I mean, you might as well, because the thing is this: women have destroyed themselves looking for a needle in a haystack.
Right, that's true.
So, I mean, look at the videos we just went over before this, where these superstar Black women, and even semi-famous or famous Black men are freeloading off of them. And it's such a profound moment because you look at it, you say, well, they're super rich and everything. But quite honestly, if you have to think about it, it's the same thing that's going on in the regular society with Black women. And then when Black men have a shit fit when a lawyer doesn't want to date a bus driver. You should be able to hear a little rumblings here and there about that just because there's people with difference of opinion. But it was very scary and sad to me to see so much outrage out of a woman saying, I want better. I just want better. I just want better than a bus driver.
It's like kryptonite for these dudes that think that a woman should just cater to them without them contributing to the relationship.
I wanted to know, how did this guy, like this Carl, what is his name, Carlton?
Yes, Carlton White.
Yeah, how did he even get
I'm sorry, Charleston White. Not Carlton.
Charleston White. You might as well just take a camera and go interview somebody that's all coked up, because I don't see how he even has a platform. Why? How is this?
No, I mean this is another situation that we have in the Black community. See, I try to see myself as not as a person who likes to look at facts. Look, this guy is a superstar in the manosphere.
Oh my
This is what the manosphere has to offer. I mean, that's basically the problem. And I'm not saying he's a bad dude or nothing. I'm not going to go into all that, right? But you would think we would have better representatives for the manosphere. But then at the same time, maybe this was what the manosphere is about. Maybe he is about the manosphere, which is pimps, basically. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a bum. He really is a bum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do comment, but I wouldn't be hanging around him. Let's put it that way. Let me keep it rolling here.
She just that's it. Man, the boy been a fuck up from day one, right? Man, she broke us down. That energy can't sit still. That's why he fucked up. If his mama saying be still, sit down, y'all quit making that noise, and he never get to go outside to get that energy out. That's why when he go to school and he don't get to go to recess, that energy cannot sit still, right? So she broke down the whole makeup of us. This energy has to eat and it has to fuck. That's the desires of this energy.
Yeah.
So when a nigga go get a job, the job is for food and sex.
Yep, that's it.
The woman is for food and sex.
Yeah.
She has other traits, but if he's not capable and he don't have the energy to identify the traits outside of her cooking and fucking, then all he'll use her for is that. He can't do nothing else.
And
he
so,
cannot not be a man.
And that's why people fight me when I say men are incapable of love. They fight me, but he just said it. They can't do it. Here's why. Because men live in a perpetual state of scarcity. Sex is something that they cannot control. They can't. Every 20 seconds or a minute, sex is going through their mind. It takes so much energy just for the male to control his thoughts and stay focused.
That's why they go find God. That's why they have to get that religion.
No.
You think he's gonna get a lot of backlash for the manosphere?
No.
No?
Not a bit. No.
Nobody cares about him like that.
Because he is the manosphere. He is the manosphere. This is he is the manosphere. He's one of the top stars in the manosphere. So who are
the manosphere were high value guys? Like they supposed to be making 6 figures.
That's the marketing. That's only marketing. You see what I'm saying? It's marketing. Yeah. That's what they tell you. That's not who they are. I was watching this guy. Actually, a lady was in the room too. Belligerent as could get out, and this guy's popular. The dude was belligerent, worse than this guy, worse than Charleston, believe it or not. Worse than Charleston. And those dudes were eating it up. They were eating it up. We're doomed. If those are the leaders that we guys are looking for, Black men we are looking for, we're in trouble. All I ask is just don't blame Black women, because that's not on them. They don't make you go to a Charleston White. Okay, they don't make you go to an Anton Daniels. They don't make you go to a Mr. What is it? Get it right or whatever is get it wrong. Make it whatever his name is. They don't make you go to these. Black women do not make you go to these dysfunctional men for leadership. That's scary to me. That's scary to me. It's scary and sad that you have men that when they get insulted, they go straight into bandit mode. They go and don't come out. And don't come out. That's it. Hey, lady, thank you. Mr. Let Go. Yeah. Mr. Let himself go, really. You know, if you were to look at him. So
DJ, can I ask a question?
Sure can.
I wanted to know, why are Black men, they're always looking for like some type of guru or a leader? Like they're looking for like somebody that's like the one, like they need somebody to lead them. Why is it that they always trying to find a guru?
Well, I won't say, I cannot say that other cultures don't do that, because I've seen that before. I mean, look, people thought Trump was a guru, believe it or not. But, and those were Caucasian men. But the problem is that for some reason, society today, we don't want to pick the right gurus or the right leaders. We just don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the point. The problem here is
I think it's more vetting who we following, because you know how Pearly things went and how she viewed Black people and slavery. These guys went off on her. But you know, you still have some men that are like sick puppies. They will continue to run to her because these dudes have low self-esteem.
Just Pearly Things is the beacon of desperation for Black men. She exposed this pretty well, because it wasn't, quite honestly, it wasn't just that one interview she did with dude. She had already been, you know, interviewing and being pal and nice to other people that were questionable, that Black people should be seen as questionable. But the problem is that there are so many I call them same bows, because that same Black men, but you know, with the old school mix on it, right? Same bows out there, like Obsidian, that are willing to give up their pride for money. Yeah, Fuentes is, yeah. So, and that's basically what's going on. And unfortunately, see, back in the day, that type of situation where we had, you know, sambos around, right? That was a very small segment. Now there's a lot of sambos. Now there are a lot. I would say 35 to 40% of the Black male population are sambos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being nice.
That's a shame.
I'm being nice.
It's sad.
It's not for women. It's for men. It's for men.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Okay. So males, first and foremost, you have a.
Y'all ain't never talked to this one before either. And man, we talking the same shit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You got the left hemisphere and you have the right hemisphere. The left side of the brain is the analytical, logical side of the brain. It is the masculine side of the brain. The feminine side of the brain is the right side of the brain. Okay, that is the creative side. This is where all of your art forms come in. Leadership is an art form. All of the arts. Public speaking is an art.
Can I stop you right quick?
Go ahead.
That's why when you look at some of the greatest men who ran some of the biggest families that we know of, it was the woman. Barbara Bush, the Miss Kennedy, it was the woman who was raising these niggas to be great leaders.
Exactly. Exactly. It's the feminine. So the masculine, what women do not understand about men, this system has conditioned everybody to despise the feminine and cut the feminine off and shut it down. The male naturally operates from his left side of the brain. So the male is more logical in terms of, when people say the man is more logical, they put a period right there. That's not the end of that sentence. The male is more logical and is more analytical in terms of getting his needs met and survival.
Well, because he had to be made up like that to survive on this planet, because he was a hunter in the beginning. He had to go hunt his food in
Right.
the beginning. So he couldn't tap into the feminine side of the brain because he would be afraid to go in that darkness to go kill to feed his family for his survival. So he had to be analytic. That's why he's the hunter. That's why they say he's the provider. He was when he had to go hunt.
Okay.
These people make no sense. I can't.
It's like you're going from a professor to a middle school student to me.
Honestly, they both sound kind of like they don't understand fully what they're trying to communicate. It's like they both know what they mean, but they're not like communicating it correctly. And like both of them,
I fully understand what she's saying. Completely.
It's like she starts, at least for me, like so far, like I haven't watched the whole thing. So maybe I'm missing a little context. It's like
I'm
she starts
sorry.
off and like I'm with her, and then like at the end I'm like, so maybe like with landing the plane, or maybe it's just because I don't have context of the full conversation.
Here's the thing. I think this dude's gonna get backlash. I'm sorry. I don't think he's immune to that because he is agreeing with a woman in the manosphere. You know how they are. They want to be, men want to be right all the time. Okay.
Well, no, he could do what a lot of men do. He can do what a lot of men do, which is just he can be two-faced. So he'll act like this. He'll act all submissive on this show here, but then he'll go back and say, "Oh, women ain't nothing. They need to do what we say." Because
he was invited onto this show. This is like, whose show is this? Like the program that they're on right now.
I assume they just collaborated.
Oh, okay. So he was invited. So we could take it as like both of them. It could be like, I guess panel etiquette. If anything, I would say it depends on like what points they're talking about. Now, if it depends on what it is. Now, there is a high chance it doesn't matter who you are, because if you say something that goes against like the top tier narratives in the Madison Red Pill.
Wait, Spro, can I ask you a question before you continue?
Oh, yes.
How long have you been listening for?
Maybe like 15, 20 minutes, like in and out.
Okay. That I'm glad you told me that. That's one of our problems as men, is that we have a problem. That's why you're lost.
Oh no, I was just addressing the last point.
I'm saying that's why you're lost in the conversation. Because the conversation and information that Priscilla was laying down and the other guy was Charleston was laying down, you would have there's times where you have to just constantly listen. Don't get me wrong, I do it too where I'll go in and out, and then I missed an important piece that you cannot stack because you don't have it.
Oh no, I wasn't addressing necessarily what they were specifically saying. I was talking about the overall idea of if he were to, like him being on a panel and agreeing with a woman. I'm saying it depends on what they're talking about. However, the manosphere definitely does, like, depending on what it is, like if it goes against like one of the top tier, like I guess whatever rules they want to say that they have, yeah, he will be ostracized. So I was saying like, oh, it depends on what, just based off of what was said about like, oh, like he's agreeing with a woman, so won't he get like ousted and won't people start like coming at him? It depends on what was said. Well, it does depend on that.
This is how I see that. I remember when Kevin Samuels got roasted by Nicki Minaj. He didn't miss as far as popularity, he didn't miss a beat. Though she roasted the shit out of him. She made him look stupid. She was.
Oh, you mean when she called into his show?
No, she called into her show.
Oh, he called into her show. Yeah, I remember that.
She was more articulate. She was more eloquent. She was more engaged than he was.
And he was sipping for her too.
This must have been a different. I don't know. I only heard the one. I don't know if he called into her show multiple times. I remember hearing the one recording, and it sounded like. I mean, she definitely did give him some criticisms, but it sounded like they had a. It didn't sound like a heated debate or anything. Maybe I haven't heard it.
I wanted to comment. Yeah, I wanted to comment on what he just said. He's over here agreeing with her, talking about, all men do is just hunt and it's not the creative side. And I'm saying here, like, in order for you to be a hunter, you have to be creative in your approach. You can't just use one approach. This man make no sense. He's just giddy.
And I'm sorry, but the women on the panel are agreeing with him and saying like, "Whoa, dude, like, don't you have to have an instinct of being aware of your surroundings when you're hunting?" Like,
I doubt this guy could hunt anything as high as he is.
I feel like the hunter gatherer like examples they get thrown around a lot in the manosphere. Like it'll be like like, oh, men built society and stuff like that. And I think there was a time when those examples were used even out of context. Then I think what people are misunderstanding is it's not about like who's better at what. We men and women have built society, so we can't really, we kind of need the other. It doesn't matter. And get this, both are capable of doing like whatever particular job or task it may be. However, I do think that there are things that come naturally to both sides to where like, that suit our strengths, and even down to individuals, whether or not they're man or woman, like there are going to be things that I'm better at that, maybe someone else, isn't, and vice versa.
I'm sorry. I know this is not my panel, but you're going on and on a diatribe.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to land the plane.
Yes, bro.
No,
I have to
thank you.
admit, creative is correct. We were all, even in the chat, everybody's like, okay, where is he going? Where is he going? I'm going to play some more of the video, and then maybe we'll catch everybody up on
I'll observe.
Women, so it was a difference, right? So that's why when and I struggle with it. That's why when a man and a woman are having conversation about what he done wrong, what she done wrong, they very seldom can come to an agreement because the man can't relate to her side of the brain. She's saying, tell me how this made you feel, and he's telling you what he thought.
And here's the thing. What women do not understand is when males are born, they have most of them have communication deficits. A lot of them can't even tell you how they feel. They don't even have the words to explain how they feel. They have it's a deficit called alexithymia, right? That is a lack of an emotional vocabulary, and more boys than girls are affected with that.
I went into the boys' home. They used to give
why is he interrupting her?
I don't have no clue, but
she's not done. She's and Priscilla's being very nice about this. So these manosphere dudes, when they see this, they always want to say, "Oh, black women have no patience," and all she is very, very, very patient. That was very rude. What he just, for the fourth time that I've counted so far, that he's interrupted her. You see what I'm saying?
I think his adrenaline is getting in the way. That's what I'm thinking.
I guess so. I guess we can give him that excuse, Camel breaks it down like this. They always talking about hunting and how women are going to regret everything when the apocalypse happens. Yeah, and it keeps happening too. I haven't seen it. They've been talking like that for 20 years.
But what is their plans if the apocalypse happen? Like what they're going to do? Like, what is their plan if it happens? Like, how did you plan out the apocalypse if it happens? Like, how? They don't make no sense.
Right. B says, I guess about Charleston White is a coke. I guess so. Fellas, drugs is bad. Drugs is real bad. Let's keep it going.
A whole motherfucking sheet of all different faces.
The male can't even, he does not even have the ability to decode what a facial expression looks like.
She's telling the truth. Listen, man, I told y'all I had a psychologist in psychiatry. So when in counseling, they would give us at least 2 different sheets that had 100 different facial with the names of these faces describing the emotions. Yeah. And that's how they say, okay, how you feeling? Most niggas got stuck because they couldn't say how they felt. Can't. They had to pick the face that was more logically to they think how they feel.
What the
face,
hell?
Right? Yeah. Oh man, you hit some points.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's almost like he can't wait to agree with her. He just can't wait. He has to agree with her.
The manosphere is going to go after him.
Okay, now I think I'm picking up why this is.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now I'm not gonna lie. She is saying stuff that like I would want to add, like little stuff here and there. But yeah, I agree. And it looks like he's agreeing. Is this something that the manosphere would say like, oh, he's simping for the John? Is that's what I like like in the manosphere space, I could see someone being like, oh, like why is he simping for her? Like, who is she? By the way.
Oh, that's Princella. If you don't know who she is, you better find out.
Princella. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, high-powered podcast. She has a book. You should buy the book, just so you can educate yourself and everything.
Dope. I say she sounds like very learned.
Yes, exactly
you know
that.
what, Mr. Let Go he's a part of the manosphere, but Mr. Let Go, he said himself that his mother used to make he had 2 sisters. His mother used to make his sisters do all the work and go out there and make the money while he sat on his butt like a king and did nothing. And he would feel sorry that, his mother put all the pressure on his sisters, and he watched his sisters, quote unquote, cortisone levels raise and all this stuff. I'm like, why isn't he giving his sisters credit for? I don't understand him. I just think he's a lazy bum, and I think all the people in the manosphere are lazy, and that's why this guy is like one of the top guys in the manosphere.
I don't think he's. I wouldn't say he's one of the top guys in the manosphere. He definitely has made the rounds in the space, and there are people that interview him. But he's kind of. I would say he leans more. Even though one could argue manosphere holds extremist views in comparison to, I guess, the majority. I would say even for the manosphere, he falls on the end of the extreme.
Oh, in a very short sentence, who's more popular than him?
More popular than him?
Yes.
In the manosphere, I would argue Pearl, Fresh and Fit, and Rolo are definitely have more pull than him.
Okay, Rolo is really kind of not really in the black manosphere.
Oh, you're talking about the black manosphere. Okay, so
yeah.
the black manosphere, then Pearl.
Isn't that crazy?
It's nuts.
Yeah. So basically, as far as hood manosphere, he's the top guy.
Oh, okay. No,
what I'm saying?
I will give you that. Yeah.
And the problem is there's a lot of hood. I mean, there are guys right now.
I think the manosphere is hood. Period. Like
no, the hood. Now the hood guys actually are kind of a new addition. I would argue, from being someone that used to spend a lot of time in, I would say I used to identify as like, oh, RP, manosphere, yada yada. The hood guys, and this is kind of why a lot of people started like the exodus that began, I would say 2 years ago. That's when I started being like, hey, this shit is kind of nutty. There was an exodus before what we're seeing now, where people are kind of exposing red pill stuff and people are like kind of falling away from it. And a lot of young guys are like, this is whack. The hood guys started coming in, like what they would call the quote Pookies and Ray Rays started to come into it. And because for the longest time, it really was just there were two.
Wait, Spro. I'm going to keep this short because I need to keep the going.
We can keep going.
But the thing is that my theory is that basically the reason why people are in the manosphere is because they're Pookies and Ray Rays. They're just bad at it.
I think the rise that we've seen recently, the Pookies and Ray Rays are using it as an excuse. However, I don't think that's where the manosphere started, and the real problem
it doesn't matter where it started. I understand it started as getting your attraction skills up and all that kind of stuff. It ain't there anymore.
No, it's definitely not. It's evolved.
It's almost like
the manosphere.
Okay, let me say this. It's almost like the manosphere is something like, well, since the attraction skill era didn't work, now they're just pissed off. And now instead of saying, okay, let's try another form, maybe personality or hard work, they rather complain. That's the idea I get.
It's turned into complaining because it's a easier out for things that are really wrong, and that's one of the things that pulled me out of it. I realized that even
wait. I gotta play the tape.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. Write down the notes. We'll get to it a little bit later.
Why niggas can't express their feelings in relationships. And this is why they're going crazy, because the woman has been kept out of the nature, the knowledge, and the makeup of a male. The woman don't know. So she has been sold this lie about men being these high-level people, and she's expecting him to do that. So Just look at all of the stuff that men have to deal with. First of all, they're born with a lot of deficits. Their right side of their brain is mostly shut down, and they're primarily operating from the left side of the brain. Testosterone makes these dudes think about so many defiled things. And then you integrate them into society and tell them to live up to these social standards where they have to control all of these beastly things. And then you put a expectation on how much money that they have to achieve and all of that. This is a mountain of things that, and the male cannot handle all of these obligations. So he's crumbling inside, and then he don't know how to say how he feels. Then the woman don't know what the male is going through, and she puts all these other expectations on him. That's why they say she nagging. Tell me how you feel. He don't know how he feel. So he in his own body, he don't know how he feel, and he can't tell you how he feels.
Holy
now you
crap.
want him to do something extra to read you. He don't even know what the look is on your face. He don't know. But women do not know this.
Holy
and so they
shit.
are being, they inadvertently are causing males more issues and making them more angry. And guess what happens when you raise testosterone levels? It cuts out the orbital frontal cortex.
They become like beasts and animals.
And they can't control impulse. So it shuts them.
That's deep.
Holy crap. Okay.
Ladies,
ladies on the panel, I am here, and DJ, I'm just going to speak for myself. However, I will go as far to say she literally just broke down the core issue in a way that does not excuse bad behavior. However, it does give explanation and understanding. And to be quite honest, where the manosphere did start and the gripes that the men had, I would say the reasonable ones, not what it's become. If they had her on their side, move over Pearl. Because if they had women like her speaking for their points to articulate it so that the masses and women understand, as she just said, like, oh, the women are not understanding where they're coming from and they don't know how to articulate it. We see what happens when men try to articulate how they feel, and we're not the best at it because we look at everything so logistically. We don't use, I guess, that side of our brain. She just broke down literally the manosphere's whole point of what they're trying to get across. And if that was brilliant.
Yeah. I'm telling you. I think I might look, I'm a dude. I'm buying a book because I think the bottom line is this is whether it's for women, but at the same time, it's clear that a man could take advantage of learning something from somebody this knowledgeable. So you might have to flip the gender to make it fit you or whatever in the book. But the bottom line is this is that the knowledge and information in that book, the knowledge of understanding why things are the way they are is very powerful. Let me just put it that way.
Off, and then next thing you know, he done blacked out and popped you in the mouth.
That's why niggas have to be in football to learn this from coach. That's why they have to go to the middle. That's why they have to get in different trainings so they can learn it. Outside of that, the natural man, without the right training, without the right teaching, without the proper nourishment, will destroy everything in his path.
Exactly. So if you know anything about astrology, you have air, water, earth, fire. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries are fire signs, and they are masculine signs. So what happens if you let a fire get out of control? It ain't saying that we don't need fire, because fire is good for cooking stuff, for candles and stuff. But what happens when it get out of control? It tear up everything. It burn down everything. You have to control fire. Fire is a masculine energy. So when you invest into the masculine, you either burn money or you blow money. Air signs are also masculine. So people are investing into males and wonder why they ain't getting no return. Because if you don't train the male early, you got to about 3 years old. before you make a real positive. If by 5, if you ain't made no impact,
You done
baby,
fucked
you done
up.
fucked up for the
Well,
you done fucked up.
because those are the pivotal years for the foundation and the temperament of this being.
Exactly.
Right. So whatever that motherfucker get from 0 to 5, it shows at 40, and it don't change.
It don't change.
It don't
He's
change.
in arrested
Okay, I
development.
understand why he's doing that now. Why he's interrupting her, because he doesn't have the comprehension to wait for her to finish, because he'll forget either what he was going to say or won't know where she's going to know where he can base his own ideas. He's basically a hype man right now for her. I don't know if you've heard what a hype man is, but back in the day, a hype man is somebody who would finish off the lead singer or the lead rapper's phrases for them. They didn't necessarily know what they meant or anything, but they would just finish them off. And that's what sounds like it's going on right here.
And you, see, that's why the Bible, again, these patriarchal religions were made for males. Train a child in the way he should go.
That's why everything is he.
This is not about the woman.
I keep telling niggas that God didn't even talk to the woman. It's about him.
See what I mean? She's not even done. She's not even done with her message.
And he's already interrupting her.
And he's already jumping in. She's just very eloquent. She's just so intelligent that she's so used to him doing that she knows when she literally knows when he's going to come in before he knows when he's going to be coming in. So she's working with him. But in a normal environment, they would tell him to sit the hell down first and wait for her to finish, because that's what you're supposed to do.
The feminine is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the feminine part of the mind. It can do think of trillions of things. It's suggestible. The female is suggestible. She can change her mind. He can't.
That's what make a nigga feel guilty when he do wrong on the inside. That part of your brain. You got that right side saying, do it, nigga. Fuck that shit. Boy, that quiet left side, it's the woman's side. It's so much pressure on the boy now because he's watching so many men fail. That's why so many boys are tapping into the estrogen side of their brain, the woman's side. That pressure. And if you don't use me for my knowledge, a man
that's stupid.
rape white women because I want to do to them what they done.
Wait.
What?
Oh, my spot is coming up. Oh shit! Here we go, folks.
About one of the biggest headlines you see whenever you Google or YouTube.
Okay, I messed up. Okay.
Core program. So ideological subversion is how to destroy or subvert or take away the ideologies. So the first step to ideological subversion is demoralization, destabilization, crisis, and then normalization. Normalization is a process. So what is normal is not natural. So to demoralize somebody, before you demoralize, you got to say what morality is. What is moralization? Moralization is a byproduct of philosophy. Okay, you create a philosophy, or this is how we do things, and then from that philosophy, you create a moral standard, right and wrong, based on the philosophy. The people at the top create that, and then they push it down to the people on the bottom and tell them what to do. This is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. That comes from the top. It don't come from the bottom. So when you subvert and you start this malicious subversion.
This is gonna sound weird, but she's a better fit with somebody like a doctor or a PhD or like Jordan Peterson. I think they would have had a better interaction. There would have been more substance to it, but she's working with him.
Attack. You remove the philosophy that produces the morality, hence demoralization, the removal of morality. You could see this happening in the United States because when I was in 5th grade, I remember them removing prayer out of schools. This is a part of the demoralization process. The
conflict resolution. Kids no longer say, I'm sorry. You see a generation of children who have no conscience that governs their emotions to say, I don't want to do that, right? So what I mean by that is they've taken away our morals.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying now. Like because a second ago, like when he's not making sense. I think he's just kind of parroting, like saying what she's saying, like what she already said.
Right.
And remember earlier when I said I didn't like how she was explaining things? I realize now I think she's talking that way because she's talking to him. Because like she keeps over explaining stuff. And yeah, so that's why it sounded stupid to me at first. I didn't have context. Now that I'm watching it, yeah, is he high?
Yeah, he is.
Or something. I don't know what.
It seems like he always get high.
See, the thing, well, you know, the thing is at least that at least he brought some awareness to the manosphere, I guess. But
the sad thing is this isn't going to be the first time that something like this, because like just from looking at what is being said, it's a good conversation quote. It's not a good conversation, but what's being said is like interesting stuff, and it's being explained well, at least like on her end. He's literally just repeating it, so same thing, I guess. Yeah. But
what does conflict resolution have to do with demoralization? That's a totally different topic. Like she wasn't even talking about that, and he just said conflict resolution.
I think he was trying to make it an example, saying like an example of demoralization, saying like, oh, like kids don't have conflict resolutions. At least that's what I think he was trying to say. That's the only real connection you could make.
No, that had nothing to do with.
No, I mean he's trying to give an example because he's trying to keep up with her. So he's trying to give an example. Now, like I said, you can connect it as an example, but it is kind of out of nowhere. So that's why it doesn't work, and that's why it feels off, and that's why it sounds stupid.
I'm gonna keep it going.
Yes, and hip hop have become the ideology form that we all have taken on. Right. That's why we support the pimps, the gangsters. That's why when the killers go to jail, the whole community don't say, well, just let him, he done his time, he done the crime. That's why we say free the killer, even knowing he killed somebody, because we no longer have any morals. So she went and studied, she went and studied some shit, and she's teaching it, and it's so truthful that it's hurting niggas, it's hurting men.
Yeah, and speaking of that, thank you guys so much for that. Knowledge. I want to kind of pivot and take it to the headlines of the YouTube streets. As you know, you guys have lots of content and things going on. Charleston, now you know I got to go into this, and you know I got to ask you about one of the biggest headlines.
Here we go, folks.
Google or YouTube or anything about Charleston. Why? What we see raping and beating. So I got to ask you a little bit about that.
You the first person.
Let me pause right now. I got a little something to show y'all. We're gonna go back to this. Don't get it wrong. I'm just going to another line for 1 second because I want to show you something real quick. Okay, there we go.
Oh, nigga, I'm telling you, nigga, I served time for killing the white man. It's orchestrated and documented, nigga. Then I'm telling you, I'm online about I rape white hoes.
But now when you say you rape white hoes, you ain't saying it like you actually rape white hoes.
I did. Yeah, I said it like I gave scenarios where I done it.
Oh my God.
Video.
Oh, this dude is.
I gave scenarios where I done it.
Yeah, this is sick.
When you say stuff like that, bro, I'd be confused because I don't know if you speaking in character, right? Or if you.
Homie, I've been saying this for years. How much more loud and clear do I have to say?
Oh God!
This was a thing we did, nigga.
Are you saying like it was a thing that was going on in your hood, or is
no?
It shit that you
I'm telling you, I actively done, nigga. I'm telling you, I done it.
You heard me? Okay.
I done bragging about it. How much more vicious can a nigga get with rape?
Ooh.
You know what? It's so outlandish that you want to think like, oh, this is a bit, but then you're like, well, no, he's saying over and over, this is not a bit.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting to me. Let me go back to the other one.
That's crazy. I'm not surprised at this because he said a lot of triggering things that doesn't sit well with me.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, I think any normal person thinks this guy's just basically a thug. There's nothing. He says he does work in the community or whatever, but so let's get right back into it so we stay in context. Here we go.
Me too. Yeah,
I would like to ask you about that. I have seen a couple of videos of you making some comments. I'm sure you know what it is I'm referring to. So I'm
Yeah.
going to give you some time to go ahead and let us know what's that all about.
I've never been charged with rape. I've never been charged with beating a woman. I've never been accused of it. I've never been in no domestic violence relationships. That was my way of wanting to come to the internet and say I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm the baddest nigga in America. That was gonna be my claim to fame.
What?
It was
So
more
now it's a
to
bit.
Bill Cosby. So I started doing that right at the time Bill Cosby do it. I wanted to be the
So
only.
he can choose to be either a criminal or a charlatan. Either take your picture. You're either a criminal or a charlatan. Either one.
I
You know
can't.
what's crazy? A lot of manosphere guys have risen to fame without saying that they've raped people.
Right.
You know, you could say something crazy, dude. You could, you know, that if that's, and get this, it's messed up if he's lying, and it's messed up if he's telling the truth. Like he's like, oh, that was just my claim to fame. It's terrible on both ends.
It is, and there's no justification for that. Like this dude, I'm surprised that nobody sent his videos to the police. That's like this man is an actual sexual predator.
Well, he said he's never been charged, and now he's saying it's a bit.
Yeah,
So,
he just said that he was doing it off of fame. It wasn't true.
Which makes him a straight up charlatan.
Yeah.
Yeah, a straight up charlatan. Yeah. Let me keep playing and seeing how he's gonna wiggle out of this one.
The nigga in America and then I was mad at the white people in the city. So I was getting into it with all the white man, yeah, I was getting into it with my local politicians. So I would come into the internet saying some of the most horrific things, and I'm going radical at the time. So I was coming to the internet to come go against white people. The same shit that they say to black women, the same thing that we say in rap music, I want to say to white people online. I served time for killing the white man. So I came out bragging.
Wait a minute. I thought he said he didn't do time and he didn't have a criminal record.
he said for like, I guess any violent crimes against women, like no sexual charges, no
sexual
domestic violence
charges,
charges. Yeah.
Okay.
He obviously has done time.
Let's keep this going.
Yeah, I'm the only nigga I know ever done time for killing the white man. Nigga, we stood over the white man and watched him die. But I didn't run. I wanted to see what a white man looked like dying, just like in the movies, right? So,
is that supposed to be, is this supposed to be a flex?
He's trying to make it out to be.
I'm over here.
Wait a minute. I just walked back in the room. He said he wanted to see how a white man dying, like he stood over a white guy and wanted to see how he would die.
Yeah, you just said that.
Quite honestly, let me say this clear. People who have a mind that distorted, that's lifetime shit. He's still.
I was about to say that. Why is he still ain't in jail? Like, why did they give him a life sentence?
Well, I guess he's saying that he was young or something like that. But
Like,
no,
in
you
his
want to know
teens,
something?
young?
You know what? Something murder is. The M word is really weird these days. Some people they get forever. Some people get torched, and then some people they just get like 10 years. It's weird. It's really weird. Let me keep it going.
That's all. You ain't never killed nobody. I said, okay, well, nigga, I got away raping white bitches. Well, when I broke it down, we were raping as kids. I got locked up at 14 years old. I got out at 21 years old. Where's a rape case at? Where was a nigga raping? And I'm telling you, when we was kids, nigga, we were fucking at 11, 12 years old. What you think we were doing? You think we knew how to properly have sex? No, we were running trains from the ideologies.
Oh my
of the
God.
music. Hey.
He's just from
How
the
are
hood.
you
I'm not gonna lie,
dating?
yo. I know bulls. I grew up in the inner city, and I'm telling you right now, like just from him talking, like earlier when he was talking about, like, oh, I just wanted to see him. I wouldn't say it was a flex. He doesn't comprehend that, like, that's not okay, like in normal conversation. So, like, even in his tone and the way he's executing, like just telling about like something that probably, is probably true or something that he's seen. He can't comprehend that, like, that's not normal and okay. Hood bulls do not recognize that the world is bigger than those 3 blocks that they run their whole lives. That's what he sounds like. So this is even a deeper like this is I'm not saying like, oh, let's feel bad for Mr. White. He's a degenerate, but don't be fooled. Like he's not smart enough. He's dead serious.
Yeah, this is
He's
sad.
dead serious. Like, and these are things, but this is just his truth. And I'm telling you, for a lot of young brothers in the inner city, I'm telling you, this is true. And remember, monsters aren't born, guys.
Yeah,
so this is just an example of what's going on in our
yeah.
Okay, creative. What are we gonna say?
Okay, I was gonna say this is sad because even though he's saying his story, he has no compassion for himself, or he doesn't even self-reflect. Like, that's when I was this age. I have come a long way, and now I see that that wasn't right. He doesn't even talk like that. He
glorifies it.
Yeah, that shit is not something you talk about it like that. Or this is sickening. Like, oh my gosh.
It's because that's his truth. And for hood guys, they usually don't mature past 17, especially if they get locked up early. They get locked up early and then they're inside for years and they stay a 17-year-old bull that was on the block. And then they get out and they never change.
That's not true. That's not all of them.
Not
but
all
a
of
good
them.
question.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going, guys. Here we go.
Hey, we want some pussy. Me and my homies like to play this game. But there's a part that says every time it gets to me, I will shit out of luck because I stick my dick in and it will get stuck. The girl will say, stop.
My God.
I can't. Comedy. Is this comedy?
He has no morals whatsoever. He has a sick mind.
This has to be comedy.
I mean, he's digging a hole deeper. In my opinion, he's digging a deeper hole for
But
himself.
why don't they charge him for rape? He's saying this on the internet.
Because it's probably comedy. They probably got it classified as comedy. I don't take this for real. I can't. Nobody in their logical mind will be sitting here telling these
But even if it's comedy, he's saying it's true. He's saying that this stuff, he's saying as if it's true. I don't find that funny at all.
Right. Let me kick out some shout outs real quick. Hey, ladies in the house. Melanated Vessel is in the house. Kittens and Caskets is in the house. I call her Camo though. Sutton Bell is in the house. B is in the house. Let's see who else. Of course, Creative is here. Heathen Queen is still here. I mean, we got everybody in the house. Miss RV is here. DJ is here. Her Square is here. I'm going to keep it going, though. Let me keep this going.
I say I'm not. So at this time, when I'm making these videos, I'm actually working on children rape cases. Boys who running trains, recording it. The girl. So I was teaching from a standpoint. And I use vulgarity. Yeah, so no, I ain't never done it. I ain't never been accused of it. But I was talking about white women.
So you chose for sensationalism.
Man, well, I chose satire and shock jocking. So just like Priscilla, man, I went to college and I studied what satire was, what a shock jock was to doing public speakings.
How do you? Those are two simple concepts. Why do you have to go study them?
He's lying.
Do you think he could actually get a girl for free? Of course, he R-worded those women. I believe everything he said.
Like hearing him explain it again, it's what was done. The execution is terrible. Yeah, we criticize that all day because he's a jackass for that, right? I do believe him, but that's what kind of makes it worse. It's like, okay, so because get this, I get the internet shit, the YouTube street, like I do get it. So that's why I'm like, yo, I think he is true because no sensible human being would actually admit to something like that they actually did in that way. I'm sure there are a few touched individuals, but not likely. So like when he's explaining it here and he's saying, and like there are degrees for satire and comedy writing and stuff like that. So like there's a degree for everything, So like I might believe him. He probably might have studied it. I don't know if he got a degree in it and all that, but so I believe him when he's saying that, but like that kind of makes it more egregious because it's like, dude, come on. Again, they're shock jocking and stuff. That is a thing. but I would never in a million years say something like that. That's not in today's climate.
I'm just saying, he said he's counseling boys who used to run trains on girls. I'm like, that alone right there, that stuff like that is very traumatic. And you're not even experiencing that, but hearing the stories of the women and the guys, that is very traumatic experience also altogether.
No,
For
I
him
think he's saying he's counseling them to not do those kind of things, like to
he said
gear
that
them
they
away
was
from it.
recording videos. That's what he just said.
He said they were recording videos.
Yeah.
No, he's saying that's why he's saying that.
Wait,
he did the
everybody,
shock.
everybody, stop. I'm gonna keep going. Here we go.
White, and I went downtown. I went downtown too, and said the same thing. I can't wait till we start raping white bitches. Like so, but I'm taking everything to what the rapper said and taking everything back to slavery. Yeah. I was being real mean to white people, but I ain't see no nigga that had the heart to do that. And I wanted to be that nigga that'll be brave enough to go say, yeah, I done raped some white women. And I knew by me saying all these horrible things, it's gonna make people look. You can't find one accusation.
Okay, Priscilla's not going for this.
Yeah, this is garbage. What you mean you want to go rape?
I wanted to be what the niggas is.
But how you know? No, he's not going to act on that, even though he's saying that he didn't do it.
No, my thing is it makes no sense because he himself hasn't been through slavery. So what, like, he's acting like he's talking from like he's been whipped with a whip or something. Like he's been told to go pick cotton.
A lot of black entertainers do that. They all do the same thing. I'm not too shocked that he's like, oh, I did it for our people. Like, yeah, I think he's full of shit when he says that.
Talked about how he grew up being privileged and he just robbed all these things. I can't. Like, I just can't. Like.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna keep it going.
It's not funny.
To white folks, ultimately turning around and have to fight my own people. Because I'm saying, why would black people be offended by me specifically saying white women? And then when I break it down, see, they won't never play the whole video where I break it down and talk about most boys are taught to rape because this is a rape culture. Look at the movies 50 Shades of Grey. Look at porn. So we're taught this as little boys. Say, come on, nigga, let's run a train on them. We don't know to properly ask for sex. So we're having sex at such an early age. We're taught to get the girl drunk. That's rape in real life. Coercion,
I've never been
sex
taught that a
is
day
rape.
in my life.
So we're taught all this as a boy. I'm a man saying this is what we did as kids, homie, and we really were raping. But we moved into the white people neighborhoods doing this. We don't.
When he started speaking, my numbers dropped. That's how bad this guy is. When he started speaking, nobody wants to hear this. I'm going to fast forward it. And I don't blame it. We've heard enough. I
kind of wanted to see him land that plane.
There's the plane's already on fire.
Right
on fire.
Or at least crash it, like everyone likes a good.
Okay, here we go.
And raping is a part of the wall.
Jesus.
That come with it.
But you see what I'm saying? This ain't.
I don't blame people for dropping out. This is as repulsive as it gets. I wish I would have done a little bit more homework. I probably would have fast forwarded a lot earlier. I do not blame anyone for trying to leave out on. That was some nasty stuff. Here we go.
They wanted to take over some land and
move it back a little bit.
Damn, I don't kill white. And raping is a part of the wall.
Jesus.
That come with it.
But you see what I'm saying? This ain't no race.
And it's just to get back at white folks,
but
not leave black ones alone.
He's trying to change that show into something that he can do well in, and that's where he's a shock jock, I guess you can call it. Mm-hmm. And it's Southern Belle, I couldn't agree more.
This ain't no race war because guess what? You see how they laughing? You see how when he say let's kill, let's rape, baby, that's what they support. And so women are in danger. All women are in danger. I don't give a damn if it's a white woman, black woman. They all ready to do that shit to you, me, your kids. They don't care about no damn color. And so all they want is to hear.
Nah, nigga ain't gonna rape no white bitch. They scared to rape a white.
No, they gonna rape everybody because you know what? Big mouth out there. I don't know if anybody know what happened in Somalia, right? They gave them soldiers caught. They wanted to take over some land and destroy another territory, they took those men, they gave them cot to chew, put it in their mouth, drove their sex urges up and told them this is what you do to be a real man. Baby, when they got their testosterone up, baby, they went and raped kids, dogs, men, women.
Oh
and
my
it was
God,
so
no.
bad. So I'm telling you, these men, that's what they want.
Now they ain't gonna
That's
rape
what
no
they
white
want.
bitch. They may
They
fuck on
want.
a little girl. They ain't, nigga, one thing I know about these niggas in America,
Okay, I got
they
it.
work around women. We in the strip clubs every night, touching whole pussy, and we've never been accused.
Well,
of this.
but that goes against the numbers that's out here with all of these girls
But
getting.
it's white men numbers though. When you look at the statistical rape data, it's white men. It ain't niggas.
No, because let's keep it a buck, because we know that black folks was sweeping this shit under the rug. You got Chester child molester in the
Yeah,
house.
them hoes were touching on that.
Chester child molester.
It's just funny to me because we know somebody. Man, okay, let me keep this going.
Dick too, them little boy, 7 years old, that grown man dick. Women been molesting too.
What happens in our house stays in our house culture. Now,
all that. So let's keep it a buck.
We know there are things going on behind closed doors.
It was more women doing. It was more women facilitate molestation than it was the man.
Well,
the woman overlooking. The woman overlooking. We not gonna put all this on the man. Because Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, man, none of these people have been accused of abusing women. Yeah, we fuck a lot of women, but we ain't abusing women.
What does
meant to
Martin
be fucked on.
Luther King and Malcolm X has to do with the conversation? That's
right.
Does he needs to bring in, you know how like men say they build the world? He needs to bring in something solid.
Okay.
I don't think that bringing those two civil rights leaders into that that's weird.
That is weird. Very. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a part 2 to this. And I'm also going to read, and then her book, and we're going to go over her book as well. So we're going to make that a part 2. I don't see where this is going right now, so I got to review the rest of this video. I did a blind look because I wanted to be fresh. When I like to do reactions blind sometimes. This one is going in a direction that I would like to work on later. But I'm going to buy her book, which a lot of you should. I'm going to read her book, and then we're going to go over her book when I get back from my fishing trip. So I'm gone fishing, folks. I'm gone fishing. Yeah. A lady says we could do a book club. We should. But yeah, I'm going to go over her book because believe it or not, the further and further we get into this, the more I want to find out what her book is. But Charles, and we'll work that out later. But let's start with Spro for finalizing the conversation for today. What are your thoughts?
He's a hood bull, so like he doesn't know how to like I guess articulate himself well. Because I've spent a lot of time around brothers like that, I think I get his points, but even if I understand what he's saying, they're still not like strong enough, and he's kind of like missing the point, and he's not understanding his opponent in the debate enough to communicate to her how she can understand his points, even if his points are wrong.
Right.
Can I ask Bro something?
Yes.
Okay, so being that you were in the manosphere, right? I literally, how many groups are there? Because I used to watch, I was actually subscribed to him. This guy called Mad Bus Driver. And I was subscribed to him just for laughs and stuff until I literally found out he was literally insane. So I can't make fun of people that are, mentally ill, but I thought that he started the manosphere. Like, is that the man?
No, the manosphere, it's a lot older than people think. And to be quite honest, like what we call the manosphere now, like what we're talking about when we talk about it, even right now, we're talking about like the red pillars and stuff. The manosphere, all in all, is literally what it means in the title. It's men's spaces. There are shows that and like channels on YouTube that are quote manosphere, but they don't talk about women and dating a whole bunch. They talk about comic books, sports, like all kinds of other stuff, like barbershop talk. Like it varies. But what we're seeing now.
Let me stop you right there for a second. You are right, correct. There is. I didn't know that was part of the manosphere because those are the things that really men should be thinking about. Is just, but instead of just sex.
No,
But
and some
seems
of
like
it
to
can
me-
be for dating and stuff like that too. Like if men talk about like dating experiences and stuff like that, or want to give advice. Like I don't think there's anything. I don't think the idea of it, like surface level, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Even if there's stuff in the men's spaces that like maybe women would disagree with, because the same way like in women's spaces, men are going to hear stuff and they're going to be like, "What?" But the women still have a right to talk about what they're talking about amongst each other in their space. So, but where
Okay, you
it's
can't get
ridiculous
laid.
is, huh?
You can't get laid. I gotta hurry up and finish.
Oh,
this up.
yeah.
Okay, she must be busy making food or something. Creative, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead and give me your thoughts on what we've seen so far. And
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted.
Oh no. Okay, you can't wait. We'll go to creative and then you can't get laid. Go ahead, creative.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this was really disgusting. I didn't know whether to take this serious or this was a joke or comedy special or what it was. But this was really bad. I can't really take this serious. Like if this would have been torture if you had to sit here and listen to the rest of this DJ Torch. I'm just letting you know. But he supports her rhetoric and he's a living example and he proves it every time he opens his mouth. Every time he opens his mouth, we see why Princella has to write a book. Every time he opens his mouth, no, for real, we see why she has to have a life. Every time he opens his mouth, he says something degenerate. It's like make you go cry for the walls. Like I don't know. Like I think he should be banned from doing lives in social media. This is sickening. Like yeah, that's all I have to say.
I agree. It seems like, and he's being nice. That's the sad part. He's being nice right now. So anyway, you can't get laid.
No, I just feel like Priscilla's book is needed because we need the divine femininity in order to really neutralize this chaos that this guy, like men like him, are spewing from their mouths. And it was women are nurturers. Women give men energy and the wherewithal to really be great people, and for the manosphere to really just cut off the feminine energy and to only focus on the masculine energy and saying that women are only good for cooking and sex, as he said, then that is like that's not making you grow as a man, because a woman is supposed to be a helpmate for a man. So I think her book is really needed because we need the nurturing feminine energy to be appreciated. Yeah, y'all didn't see what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we heard that was excellent. Princess, break it down for us.
Okay. I don't know why this man is not reported through the things he says, because what this man is saying, it looks like he's not saying it's a joke. He is very serious about what he is saying. And it's like LM said, why haven't he been reported? This dude should be in jail because he's making this accusation of himself, saying that he goes around raping white women. Like, that is a very serious accusation, and somebody shouldn't have reported that. And Black women, this also shows that these men, they don't have common sense whatsoever. You can't even have a conversation with these men, because look at how he is talking to these women. Like this dude, he's I don't know where his education level is at right now, but you can tell he it's not on a college level, or else he will have a bit more of an understanding. But if this dude is a hood dude, please don't pay these dudes like him no mind when he talking all that ish. I don't watch his videos. I just heard of him, but these dudes, most of these manosphere dudes, they're mostly hood dudes, and they add no value to our society at all. None.
I don't see the upside of him either. I don't. I really don't. I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
Okay.
these dudes, they bring nothing but chaos and destruction to the community. Most of them.
Exactly. Now I'm trying to look for if I can find her book.
But to answer LM's question is that we have to stop supporting these type of people as a community. If it looks bad to the Black community, then we need to push these people aside and start uplifting positivity in our community instead of supporting the negative part of our community, because that's what is making us look bad when we are watching these hood movies, supporting them and supporting hip hop and other genres that are making our communities sick in the head. It is brainwashing us to do things that is not normal. So if we start promoting hip hop and certain R&B and getting rid of the toxicity in our community, we will be well off. And the Black community will get way more respect than it is now. So
Okay. I'm going to play this commercial real quick.
Hey, what's up? I'm Zaddy P, alter ego to the Queen Maker. A lot of people tripping with the Queen Maker right now because she came out with this book, The Game, 41 Shades of Men, The Pursuit to Subdue and Use You. Man, it's 41 different types of dudes and what they use women for. And after reading this, I put my stamp on it. It's legit. But I'm Bennett and I ain't in it. I'm the exception to the rule. So come get you and me, baby, because I give you my heart and my soul, my time, my love is a fountain. I will be your earth. Ooh, and all that you need for, and even more. 'Cause girl, I love you more than words can show. My love is pure. Yeah, I'm simping. Come follow the Queen Maker, 41 Shades of Men.
All right, everybody. That's the book. That's the one to get. So let's break it down like this, folks. Thanks again. Part 2 will be coming out soon, folks.
Money work.